Okay, so now let's take a look at somebody else doing a triangle choke to you and then us defending it. So what we have to understand about the triangle choke is how it's being applied and the limbs that your attacker is using to accomplish that. So this is kind of a little guy's way of doing it. That's why I'm teaching it, obviously. If a big guy has me in a triangle, there's actually ways that I can use his size against him, and that's by stacking him. And so stacking occurs when your hips go above your shoulders and you start to compress your body like that. But when it comes to actually being triangle choke, he's got me. So his hamstring, his leg, is cutting off the blood on this side. My own shoulder is cutting off the blood on the other side. It's secured with a figure 4, leg lock there. He's locking his legs together. It's not a leg lock, but he's locking his legs together with a figure 4. And then he's got my arms. It's hard for me to hit with any efficacy, and he's choking me. Some people can increase the triangle choke by pulling down on the head. Okay, so this is what's happening. I'm gonna actually stack him. So one thing that I can do in order to not let him shoulder walk away from me. So if I try to bring him forward, he can actually shoulder walk and stop me from stacking him. I'm actually gonna bring my arm over his shoulder so I stop him from moving forward. Now as I continue walking up, all of his big size is on him. Now a lot of big guys, this is so uncomfortable that he's already kind of letting go, but even if he still has the figure 4, if I start turning in the direction of the arm that's in the guard, it's gonna pull his legs apart. So my right arm is inside, so I rotate to my right. I just unlocked it, now I can push his legs out of my way, and I keep top position. I can start to hit and then disengage from essentially the knee on belly position. So remember, if I go to stack, even if I have double underhooks, he can shoulder walk and not let me stack him. So I'm just placing my hand on the ground just above his shoulder. So that way when I continue moving forward, I'm bringing his hips up higher and higher. And then when I rotate, I'm pulling the foot off of his leg, okay? So if the right arm is inside the guard, our legs need to go to the right. If the left arm is inside the triangle choke, our legs need to go to the left. That will unlock it and give you top position.
So now we're going to discuss another variation of the triangle escape. This is a lot easier for bigger people to have longer legs, so that's why I'm going to be showing this one. So when we're in the triangle, all the same principles are applied in the triangle. Everything's exactly the same here. The locks are all the same. Nothing changes. Now, what I need to do is I want to take my hand to his shoulder. Because if I get this arm all the way across and trapped, I'm in a bad spot. Now, I'm not saying that that can't happen. I can still use my other arm to prevent him from shoulder walking. That's what I want. But I would much rather, as this is happening, I'm grabbing on, I'm hooking, holding that shoulder. So when he has the triangle locked in, if we look at the weakest part, it's where his toes are connected to the increase of his knee right here. So as I posture up, I get onto my feet, I'm walking around. And I'm going to continue walking around to the side, completely circling around him. So when we have longer legs, we're just popping up and running around him. But it's very, very important that as I come up, I want to get my leg the same. I always want to spin whatever arm is trapped. I don't want to spin the other way, because if I spin the other way, I'm just spinning into the other leg here, and I'm never going to get out of that. So my right arm is trapped, I'm spinning to my right, and I want to get my foot around his head. Once that happens, if he has that still locked in, look what happens here. His spine's not going to be able to rotate with my whole body. And I'm able to break that, getting to the side, striking, and we're away. So all the same principles as the one that Michael did. Prevent the shoulder walk, going to the side of where we have that arm trapped, but stepping over and just continuing the motion. When you're a bigger guy, you can get away with this. If you have longer legs, you can get away with stepping over. So just another variation to the triangle escape.